Hi, I'm Nora Oksanen, and I'm applying to prom to be the stage manager. Woo! So, let's do this. Who am I? So, as I said, I'm Nora. I'm a 5-time assistant stage manager. I love theater. I'm so into theater right now. The way I first got into theater is that I acted in middle school, and then I auditioned for my high school show, The Alibis, if you've heard of it. And I didn't get in, and they put me on stage crew, and I hated it. I did not know anyone. I didn't want to do stage crew. I did not have a good time. But I got drafted into the next show, a musical, Wizard of Oz, which was cool. And there were 3 people backstage, and I loved it. I had so much to do the whole show. I'm sorry that this is doing this, but I love this format, so I'm just going to go with it. I loved that show. I made so many really close friends. I just had an awesome time on stage crew. So I stayed with it, clearly. So the thing about this is that it was supposed to appear after Nora. The Nora thing is like a joke. I'm really into Good Omens, the book and the TV show. If you haven't seen it, get on that Good Omens grind. And I have 4 jobs this summer. I'm a maid at my mom's B&B. I'm a ticket seller at a local theater. That's how I get all the shows. I do theater or tech at my local theater, PMNL, Palette Mask and Lyre. And I'm like their main tech person right now. It's super cool, design and operating. And I also work there for money, but I get like no money because I'm not scheduled very often. And I sell tickets in that job. I'm also a lifeguard this summer at Six Flags and a stage manager at my local run fair, which is in Wisconsin, because I live on the border, like right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. So what part of technical theater am I passionate about? The chaos of backstage. I love the chaotic, always moving, always doing something nature of being backstage. So I love ASMing and stage management, and it's really fun. It's also in lights and sound. I do really like lights and sound, especially the design. I like creating the atmosphere of the show, but backstage, that's really where it's at. And also I really enjoy designing sets. It kind of ties into the whole lights and sound thing, but I really like, this year I joined my stagecraft class at my school, and I've been really enjoying that. I think it's really fun. What is something I'm proud of? So I'm going to read all these slow because I'm looking at it in a mirror. Sorry. So the evolution of my notes. As an assistant stage manager, the notes I take for a show they have to be really extensive. They have to be really in depth. Okay, so more about who I am. These are notes I wrote on my hand during a show I had today. So I would fix stuff in the show after the show, like lights and sound stuff. So anyways, my evolution of my notes is something that I've been really proud of. It started, the first show I ever assistant stage managed was Puffs, which actually did go to state in winter 2023. And these were my notes for that show. Okay, there's a lot of art on the back of this. So, this is my notes. Oh, here they are. Much more thick pack of paper I tore out of my notebook. So here's a big prop list. I was so proud of this. I put my name and phone number and email on the front. Like, if I lose this, give it back to me. But I am really proud of it. So in every scene, I wrote down the cue line and prop of every prop. It was a really, really prop intensive show. Nearly 100 props. Oh my god, it was so intense. So I wrote down the cue, who needed a prop, where they needed a prop for the whole show. And that took pages. This is a monster I created for the show. If you saw it, it's a funny part, but I can't explain the story right now. Mop run. And then propless. So that was the first one. And then it was a play. Then I had a musical, Descendants. And this is how I did Descendants. I drew every set for the whole show because Puffs did not have any set pieces, but Descendants did. So I needed to know where stuff needed to be and when. For all the scenes, I did that. Apparently not all of them. And then, oh, something else I'm really proud of. I also made banners for that show. These are them. They're really cool. I just love them. And that was, I went above and beyond that one. We'll talk about it later. And then here's a digital prop list for that show. And then Trap was my junior year play. And these were the notes for that. I am like running out of time fast. So I'm not going to show you Legally Blonde. But Legally Blonde was really good too. It was the same thing. Prop list and then props per scene. And set pieces. That's what I was going to... It's not important. So my strengths and weaknesses. My strengths, delegation. Totally on it. Always delegating to people. Like, go do this for me. I need you to do it right now. I'm great at that. Getting everyone involved to make a show run really efficiently. Efficient communication, you really learn that backstage. Like, how to communicate an idea to someone and fast. Organizing through disorganization, so like having stuff all over the place, but knowing where everything is. Ask anyone on my crew, if you ever lose a prop, like I already know what it is. I already know where it is. I probably hid it in the ceiling because you put it where it wasn't supposed to go. And then I can run very quietly. It's like a backstage thing. Like I could run across the stage completely silent. Weaknesses, time management. I'm filming this at 11:30 because earlier I had to stop filming because I had to go to the mall. I had to get shorts. That's kind of a problem of mine. I'm really working on it. I am getting better at it, but like waking up for alarms and stuff, terrible. I'm sometimes bossy. The delegation thing, sometimes I'm like, go do this for me now, and people are like, ah. And I sometimes do overwork myself. In this past year, I did 11 shows, and I have 4 jobs this summer, and 5 shows, and a job as a stage manager. So, kind of do a lot, maybe more than I need to. What's the time I went above and beyond? The banners. I made those banners, came in after school. It was so awesome. They were so cool. I just felt like we needed to zhuzh up this one scene I thought was really important. So I put the time and effort in to make those banners, and it really worked out. I've done it a ton of times where I thought one scene was really important. So I came in after school, made a bunch of stuff for that scene because I wanted to elevate it. 30-second props? Yes, we need 30-second set pieces, and I will spend hours on them. When is a time I tried and failed, though? So, this thing was hell. It took me 3 weeks to make. This is what I did. I just added this extension on, and I didn't make a frame first. I just tried to drill stuff into this, and that did not work. And that wasted a ton of time. And I really learned from this experience that to make a good, solid set piece, you have to make a good foundation. You can't just jump to what you want, even if it is a 30-second prop set piece. You have to make a solid foundation for everything. And since this disaster, because it worked, it just took a really long time. I've learned that you need to really do something right the first time. You know, it's a whole measure twice, cut once thing to make it really work. Weak. Why should I be on the prom crew? Here's what I bring to the table. Leadership. A focus on open communication. And recently, I have to brush through this, but I was in AP research in class at my school, and my research project was on how stage managers... It was on the personalities of stage managers which make them a good stage manager and make them lead an efficient crew. And what I found was that the best stage manager is friendly and supportive of the teamwork environment of crew. And I really brought that to the table, especially in my plays after I did that project. I was like, I'm going to focus on being open communication, teamwork, and it really worked. So I bring that knowledge of what makes a good stage manager to a crew. Why do I want to be here on prom? Shrek. I saw Shrek in the 2023 Winter All-State, and it was so good. The tower set piece went on stage, and I leaned over to my best friend and I said, oh my god, that's hot. It was so awesome. I just want to be involved in a production as cool as that. It's an incredible experience, and I love working with other drama kids. I have 10 seconds, so I'm going over the time limit. I love working with other drama kids, and I would love to do it again in the future. sharing our experiences, what we love about drama. The best prompt I can think of when talking to other stage crew people is, what's the worst mistake you've ever made? This is my tech icebreaker. What's the worst mistake you've ever made on crew? It is such a good question, and you really get to know someone through that question. Like, my worst mistake is that one time we were mid-run, and I knocked over a tree and completely destroyed it, and then we had to, like, patch it with duct tape because it was going on in 10 seconds. Not really 10 seconds, but that was, like, a crazy thing. But I always laugh at that story because I love how it shows, like, how chaotic backstage is. This was in Wizard of Oz. And how mistakes happen and you can really grow from them even if it's like a quick thing. And now I'm more careful backstage. So I know I went over the time limit. I hope you'll be cool with that. Thanks so much for watching. Pick me. Sorry, this is a whole minute over. Oh, that's it. Okay, bye.